Oh, come on! You wanted me to avoid stuff!
Hello.
Well. Hey everybody, welcome to a very special episode of Riff Arcade. So today represents the 5th anniversary of Riff Arcade, which is a huge milestone. I can't believe we've been doing this stupid channel for 5 years. It's crazy. It feels like it's gone so fast. We've had a major pandemic. It goes by so fast. Anyway, so we are playing Skyrim, but I'd like to take just a quick second to explain how our Riffcasts podcasts typically work. Is if you want to watch, if you're watching, Butts has the controller. He's gonna take us on a leisurely walk through Skyrim, in which he won't run into any enemies or do anything interesting of any kind. So that way, if you'd like to just listen to us talk while the majestic orchestral score of Skyrim plays in the background, you can do that and not miss anything. And on the other hand, if you just want to watch the video and enjoy the scenery, you can certainly do that too. So that's kind of how our podcasts go. So that being said, let me put this timer down. There we go. And we will just kind of chew the fat. We're just going to kind of have a conversation about Riff Arcade. Just kind of talk shop, talk about how it started, how it's going, thoughts we've had, lessons we've learned on the way.
Enemies we made.
Yeah, we're going to spill the tea. The feud between Spence and Butts finally comes out.
Comes to a head, yeah.
Just do it, Spence.
We're going to sell it in the arena of baseball.
Ding, ding, ding. But yeah, so our first video released April 29th, 2019. Before that, I've already kind of released a video that kind of covered another podcast episode, kind of covered sort of the time frame from conception to first episode, kind of like why I made it and how it kind of developed. But I'd like to talk, just to kind of talk about some different stuff. We'll kind of shift the conversation more over to just kind of like me and Spence and Butts, and just sort of, like I said, just kind of what we've learned, what we've done. So yeah, when I started this channel, it was just me and Butts. Butts, it was just me and you. I kind of, as I mentioned in the other video, I based this channel heavily off of Game Grumps to start. I knew I didn't want to do it by myself. So Butts was at the top of my list. We always made jokes and like, we're hilarious anyway. So I was like, we'll just get them on camera and we look like video games. So yeah, were you about to say something, Butts?
No.
Cool.
And we're done. All right, yeah.
But yeah, I might have asked you this on another episode, but yeah, I contacted you. I was like, Buds, do you want to do the channel? And he was like, yep. And yeah. what were you thinking when I asked you, like, hey,
I thought, I don't know, I kind of had a good idea that we were going to do like a Mystery Science Theater and just play the games. It kind of turned into more of like, we're just hanging out and playing the games at the same time, of like couch co-op. So it changed from like, well, let's make fun of the game to the game will be there. We're just talking about whatever we want.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, after I guess after a certain amount of time, you kind of evolve into what you're going to do.
You can't make fun of a game the same way you can make fun of like a film.
Yes, and don't get me wrong. There's a lot of like Mystery Science Theater in what we do.
What?
Oh.
Lydia, what the heck?
For those of you listening on the podcast, a wolf attacked Butts and was quickly not attacking Butts
Lydia
anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of MST3K kind of in what we do, but I do like that we've evolved. Like, we're not just carbon copies of Riff Arcade. We have kind of like started figuring out who we are personally and kind of bending the channel to just kind of lean on those strengths and just kind of have fun. A lot of the times we do break down the game, you know, and sometimes, I mean, that's just the fun of improv, is you kind of just got to let the episode go where the episode goes.
Gonna go to Roar instead. But I think these are the...
Sometimes we plan what we're going to say, but most of the time, I'd say 98% of the time, what we talk about on the episodes, we do not discuss ahead of time.
Yeah, that's actually and that's actually a lesson I kind of learned early on was it's good to have like a discussion, like a topic in your pocket for if, you know, the game just is not giving you anything and you just need something to talk about. But I found out in many episodes where, like, if I come to the episode being like, okay, I want to do this and this and this before the end of the episode, it never works. Like, it always gets sidetracked, or like I'll get killed before I get to the part I wanted to talk about, or like it just ends up being a train wreck anytime I've tried to really script an episode. So I just try not to do it anymore. I try to lean on the improv strengths.
Yeah.
You know, kind of trust you guys to fill the blank spaces.
Well, another disclaimer is that even that 2% that we do discuss ahead of time, we don't discuss the actual conversation we're going to have. We'll like come with a topic and we'll tell each other about the topic ahead of time and say, like, you know, for example, there's an episode that came out, I guess now that we're filming this, came out last month, or a streaming episode where we discussed baseball because of baseball opening day. You know, some of the conversations that we had during that stream, you know, we talked about, like, we had an overall arching theme that we wanted to discuss, but we didn't really talk about any details about exactly what we were going to discuss. We just kind of left it open for interpretation and improv, as Josh was saying.
Another really good example. This episode, we're doing it right now.
Yes.
I kind of said, all right, guys, just think about like where we've been, where we're going. And here we are. We're doing it. We're at now.
I'm not trying to follow these orders, but he keeps running in front of me. Ow. What the heck?
Oh. Oh, silly
Oh,
people.
Khajiit. Yeah, that's
Khajiit's wares.
Is that a saber tooth? Okay,
That is a saber tooth.
Okay. So, for those of you just listening to the episode, you're probably just gonna have to watch this episode. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's unavoidable. This
Yeah,
wasn't the
fine.
best games for.
There we go.
I couldn't just do Birdman from Pilot Wing 64 again.
We
Mix it up.
you can only avoid combat for so long in Skyrim.
That's so true. But yeah, here's another for those of you, for you content creators out there, especially if you do like sort of live kind of content, like live takes and performance and improv. I remember the very first session. I did a session with Robert. It was like a test session. I did a test session with Robert just to make sure everything worked, made sure everything, you know, the mojo was flowing before we hit the ground running. But then I remember I did the episode with Butts. We did our first recording episode, our first recording session, where Butts and I did 5 episodes of Donkey Kong Country, and I ended up I kind of tried to capture lightning in a bottle again. I think I ended up using like a lot of the same jokes that I used in the test videos with Robert, and they didn't go over quite as well, and I was a little more nervous for some, because this one was like for real. And I remember kind of ending the session feeling pretty down. I was like, okay, that sucked. Like, this channel's not off to a good start. And what I learned is, after 5 years, I can still do that to this day. Any recording session or stream, if I, like, as soon as I hit stop, if I think about it hard enough, I will talk myself into being like, that wasn't good, it could have been better, you know, I'm better than this. And so what I've learned, the lesson learned is never, ever, ever, like, reflect on your performance day of. Like, go to sleep on it, wake up the next day, you know, if you don't feel good about it, because usually by the time I go back and edit the video, I'm like, okay, these are all right. These are pretty good. And then, like, if I wait like a couple or 3 months later and I go back and watch a video that I've largely forgotten about, like I forgot what jokes were made and what we said, they usually get me. Like, I'm usually laughing pretty good. So, you know, never reflect on your stuff day of. Always just sit on it. You'll like it more.
Well, and like, you're gonna suck at it for a little bit, and then you'll get better at it, and you'll get better at it, and you'll get better at it. So, like, yeah, don't judge your, like, 4 months down the line the first time you record. I really want to get up there. That's what I'm doing. I'm not just like, look at bro.
So, Spence, what I want to know is, this is a question I've never asked you before. Ooh, no. And answer as honestly as possible. I want you to be candid here. So when Butts and I started Riff Arcade, was that even like on your radar? Like, what were we doing? Were you just kind of like, oh, they're doing a
No,
channel?
I honestly didn't even know you guys had started the channel.
Really?
Nope, I had no clue. And you know, I was off doing my own thing while you guys were doing it. And when I did find out y'all were doing it, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I went back to doing what I was doing. Yeah, you know.
I should probably watch some videos.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll check that out sometime. You know, and
Yeah.
did you know?
And then you
Did my
talk
thing.
about some, right?
I did check it out. It was funny. You know.
Cool, thanks. That's nice. Nice
So,
of you to say.
but yeah, I mean, I was just kind of doing my own thing.
I was curious. I was wondering if you were like,
That's all right.
those sons of guns didn't even ask me to be on the channel.
Nah, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then because I think that was like, let's see, 2019. So I was, you know, neck deep in a big project that I'd had at work in the job that I was doing at that time. That was kind of consuming my life
Oops, rats.
during 2019. And then, you know, the pandemic happened. And, you know, at that point, I mean, for a little while there, it was every man for himself, or it felt that way. So, yeah, I mean, there was just a lot going on during that time period.
2019 was a very interesting time to start a Let's Play channel. We didn't know it at the time, but it was a very interesting time to
That's
start a Let's
right,
Play
yeah.
channel.
Anybody who opened or started anything in 2019, what a surprise you had.
Yeah. Bold move.
Well, but that's the really funny thing, is because when we first started the channel, I was in the state of Georgia. Butts was in Boone, North Carolina, on top of a mountain. So that's one of the reasons it took us 4 months to get the dang channel off the ground, is that we had to figure out how to have a Let's Play channel as if Butts and I were sitting on the couch in the same room, but we're actually, like, in a way, 2 states apart, which ended up being very handy in March of 2020. Because when a lot of Let's Play channels started scrambling and we're like, oh my god, how can we do this? Can we do this? Butts and I were like,
Oh, we got it.
so recording on Sunday? Yeah, recording on Sunday. All right, cool.
Ah, that didn't turn out well.
Yeah, that didn't work. I thought I'll escape by the river. That's safe.
Oh,
The
that's
river is not safe.
cushiony riverbed will break my
Yeah.
fall.
These rocks will stop me.
Yeah. They did.
Butts jumped off a waterfall to escape doom and encountered a shallow riverbed.
I escaped doom and found doom in the river.
Turns out they were not cushiony.
Oh, goodness.
Go a different way. Again, you can only escape combat for so long in Skyrim.
I guess that is really handy that it worked out the way it did, because otherwise, if Bunts were still here in 2020, then you guys would have been struggling too, like everyone else, you know? So it's funny how that worked.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, of course, like, after people, you know, when a lot of people settled in, at first, of course, the pandemic was crazy. Like, everyone, you know, no one knew what to do.
Right.
But after a few months, I think there was actually like a huge boom of new YouTube channels and Twitch channels being formed, because now people had a lot of free time and, you know, computers, cameras. And so in that time, of course, a lot of, you know, after we were already established and knew how to do it, a lot of other channels struggled, made it, and far surpassed us in the amount of time. Anyway, which brings us to YouTube lesson number 2. Don't think about it too hard. Enjoy yourself. Make content that is good for you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Riff Arcade is a channel with an audience of 3, and it's these 3 people right here.
Yeah.
Anyone else who happens to pop in, if you guys are out there, if you're watching us, if you're enjoying us, great. But that is the good news, is that even if we somehow had 0 viewers, which we don't, you guys, there's more and more of you guys every single week.
Good.
But even if we
Please
did
don't
have 0 viewers, we would still be releasing these videos, because at the end of the day, it's the 3 of us sitting here playing video games, having fun.
Or we just wouldn't record. We'd be like, yeah, we're just going to meet up and
Yeah.
play video games.
Yeah, if the channel ever ended, I wouldn't even tell my wife. I just tell her, like, I gotta go do recording, and then I just play video games with these guys.
There you go.
I'm sure she would figure out, like, how come there's no new videos? You record every week.
No, she wouldn't notice. Anyway. But yeah.
With Thalmer. I don't like them. All right.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Walk away.
Up yours, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, buddy. I'm not your guy, friend.
Not your guy, buddy.
It's your buddy, friend. All right. Anyway. But yeah, flash forward like what, 3 years? I should have looked it up before we started the episode, but somewhere in there, Butts and I were talking, and well, from concept, from ground zero, you know, I even named the channel Riff Arcade because Butts and I did have experience being in a rock band before, so the door was always slightly cracked to us eventually doing music covers of video game songs. And so, of course, after we kind of got on top of all the videos, Butts moved back into town, and we said, all right, I think it's time to crack that door open a little bit. Let's push open the music door and see where it goes. And of course, I think the very next sentence was, okay, well, we have to have Spence. He's going to be pretty important to the music aspect of this. And so then of course I said, well, all right, well, I want to have a unified front. Like I don't want it to be just me and Butts in the Let's Plays, and then like when we do the songs, there's like some dude with a guitar, and then in the next Let's Play, he's just gone again. So I was like, all right, if we're gonna do this, let's have a unified front. Let's bring Spence fully on board, and he'll be in everything across the board. And of course, Butts, of course, agreed with that. And then I think we all met up at Butts' house. I don't remember if we'd already invited Spence or not, or if we just confronted him. But we all met at Butts' house, and I think we were playing Hyper Light Drifter. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and that's when we were like, Spence, we need to sit down and have a talk with you.
The talk.
We flipped our chairs around and sat in them backwards.
What spell do you have in your hand?
Well, I do remember that before we did that,
Stone.
we went into the room next door and jammed together to see if that, because I think the thought was if that didn't work, then there was no point in continuing forward with that thought.
We auditioned you.
Well, you know, for the backstory of the people who don't know, it had been a while since the three of us had played music together.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember exactly how long it had been, but it had been a while. So, you know, you don't know if those old feelings are still going to be there, you know, but of course it was like, you know, ride a bike, of course. And I think it like maybe like the first couple of bars were dusting the rust or getting the rust off, and then like it was just like same old thing, you know.
Yeah.
I do not remember that.
Yeah,
I think we just jammed. I don't think
it was just a jam.
I don't think we played anything particular. I think I think someone just started laying down a beat or some chords, and
we didn't play anything particular. I was like, all right, let's just do this chord progression and see what happens, and it worked out.
Yeah, we were like, we still pretty much have it.
Yeah. So then we talked about all the other stuff.
Yeah. So Spence, how were you feeling at that point? Were you like, how did you feel when
So,
we
like, you
asked?
know, I had been in I'd been like a guest star, you know, on a couple
true, you
of
did.
episodes, few episodes
Turtle
before then,
One.
because really it got started for Final Fantasy 14. That was like in the midst of me playing it, like, because I had just, you know, discovered it myself, because you guys had already been playing it for a couple of years before I even came along, and I decided to give it a try on my own, and I like worked my way literally all the way through the story by myself. I learned the hard way on how to be a tank and a healer and all that stuff by getting booted out of parties because I didn't have anybody to teach me how to actually do it. So I had to learn the hard way and get yelled at a lot by randos. But
That's right. That's because Butts and I took a break after Stormblood, I think.
Mhm.
And then you started when Shadowbringers came out.
yep.
And then I was like, yeah, just let me know when you get caught up, and me and Butts will come back.
They were like, "Oh man, that's great! You got it. What level are you on?" I'm like, "I'm on level 5," and they're like,
See you in 2 months.
Okay, so we need you to
It's good you do.
do some of the work yourself to kind of catch up. I didn't realize at the time. Like, I understood why once I started playing it, because like all your levels come down. You don't gain anything, at that point. Like when you're higher levels. So I understood once I started playing it. But yeah, so like I worked my way up, and then I started doing some guest episodes, like whenever they would play Final Fantasy 14. And I thought that was fun, but I wasn't like seriously wanting to do this until Butts moved back.
That was Butts, I'm so glad you moved back to Georgia.
Because if he didn't move back to Georgia, I wouldn't be here. Because I thought it was cool and it's great. But like,
That's their thing.
I'm a music guy, and like music is something that I love very much. And once Butts had talked about moving back, it was like, well, should we try and play some music? And so we did. And then, you start thinking about Riff Arcade. It's like, well, we were all in a band, but we all love video games. Because I played video games with these guys,
Yep.
as much as anybody. So it's like, then, where we are now is kind of like started taking shape at that time.
Yep. Now we've kind of, of course, you've started finding your kind of humor lane and all that stuff. And yeah, just to prove the point that we're so glad Butts has moved into Hartwell. Not Hartwell, Georgia.
Nope, not Hartwell.
It's so much easier and so much more fun doing improv when you're actually in the same room as the other people, because it's just so much easier to, like, for one thing, there's a slight delay when you're 2 states away, so like it's really easy to start talking at the same time, etc., etc. But just kind of prove the point. Like, look, here we all are. There they are. We're all. This is real.
Don't look at me.
No. Whoop, nope.
I told Rachel, like, I can wear sweatpants. No one's gonna see. I left the house today. And you just turn the camera around.
What if I panned over just from the waist down? You're just completely naked.
You gotta blur it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to prove it. Oh crap! Sorry, Butts. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Hey, make that blur extra long
Try
now.
not to- yeah.
Hey, don't make that a small blur.
Josh, you told me you weren't gonna do it.
Or just tentacles from the waist.
A horse, yeah.
My secret.
I'm like cat dog. There's another like Butts.
You never know which Butts you're getting on each episode.
I hear the battle music, but I don't
So yeah, if
see
Butts had not moved to Georgia, you would still be a duo.
That's very, very likely. Yeah.
what's going on over here.
And I would just still be a guest star every now and then.
Yeah. We definitely wouldn't have invited you to be on the show.
Yeah.
No kidding.
You own this bed, Josh?
Do I?
No, that means somebody else owns it.
Oh,
okay.
it's owned.
It's owned by
him.
that guy.
Okay. I was
For
like, why did you
now.
buy the crab bed?
As he gets the knife out, he's like, for
Yeah.
now.
You don't have a crab bed? For your crab feet that you have in real life?
Crab feet? What?
But yeah, now
Me millions dollars. Oh, I'm sorry.
now we've done a few music streams. We've got another one coming up. Well, as of the time
April.
of this video, we might have
I
done
think we
it.
might have already done it by the time of this video.
There might be a brand
maybe.
new one. We're
Either
gonna
that or
have-
it's about to happen.
We've got a
depending.
few things planned for the 5th anniversary. That reminds me, Butts, can we release a new Let's Play-Doh around
Yeah,
late
we'll see.
April? So we have lots of
Reach
things
into your
planned for you
stockpile.
for the
Yeah, maybe.
5th anniversary.
One thing we've been doing lately, I can definitely speak for this myself, is increasing supply and stockpiling, so that we can
Yes.
inundate the public with
I've been wanting
all of the
one.
goodness. And I know Butts has got some Let's Play-Dohs just lying around in his closet.
Yeah, I
He could
got stuff
surely
like that.
dust one off for us.
Riff Arcade,
This whole thing.
inundating
Yeah.
the people with funness or goodness, whatever you said.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit
taste the biscuit. The goodness of the biscuit.
with that honey
Man,
sauce.
I love biscuits. Oh, God, bear.
That's not the
I
biscuit
might
you
be going
want.
in.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got the honey sauce. But,
He's got the honey sauce, but you don't want that honey sauce.
Can I just bother you for a smack run of honey?
Oh, bother. I'm going to have to get my Glock out.
Bye, Bear.
But yeah, I mean that's how far we've come. We now have
You sure
have
he didn't
the Let's
swim?
Plays. We've got the Let's Play-Dos. We've got the music streams. We're gonna debut a new intro for the streams and a new outro for the videos, starting with this video. Maybe some other fun surprises.
But the thing that we know all of you are really cared about is we started TikToks and short form videos. We also did that.
No, it's fine. It's good.
It's fine. It's fine.
By the time this video comes out, TikTok might be banned.
That's true. That's true.
We released from. I mean, we don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah. We won't be able to do it anymore. Oh.
Unfortunately, there's still Instagram
Nah, it's.
and YouTube.
We do have to do it though. That is where all the eyes are now.
Yeah.
I hope people are okay, like, because we started with 3 videos a week, and then we cut down to something simple. Like, I feel like we kept cutting down and down and down. But also they got better and better and better, so...
The viewership and the subscriber count and everything would tell me that we made the right decision.
Well, so here's the thing. Yes, when we started the channel, 2019, it was 3 videos a week. We now only do 1 video a week, but we now also have 3 streams a week that are at least an hour long. So whereas you used to get like maybe 40 to 50 minutes of videos a week, you now get like 3.5 hours of content, if not more, every week. So that's the trade-off, is the streams. So if you're one of the people who are like, I liked it better when they did 3 videos, check us out on Twitch. It's not the same. Shut up.
All right.
Shut up and do it anyway.
I have a Twitch account. I don't care.
It's really easy to sign up. Go do it, damn it.
It's free. Give us money. I mean, sorry, force of habit.
Are you a loser? Sign up for Twitch. It's kind of stuttering here.
Oh, I think that snows.
It is.
The snowfall is...
I can't go back that way. Everything's trying to kill me.
Well, that's weird.
There we go.
It's like praying the snow lets up.
Yeah,
It did.
boy. I'm really hoping the 5th anniversary Riff Arcade video isn't just plagued with stutters and scrapes. But oh well, what do you do? We're doing our best. Happy 5th anniversary, everybody. What else? Do I have any other? Butts, do you have anything to add to that?
No. It's like, this is just, it's fun to do, so we're going to keep doing it. So
I mean,
I'm glad other people like what we do, and hopefully we can keep growing, but like,
Yeah.
this is just fun to do, so.
Yeah. Oh, the reason that we do more hours of content and yet it feels like less is because it's fun.
Yeah, it is. I mean, when we just did those Super Mario Brothers 3 episodes, we were like, wow, that's over.
It went by quick, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground here, both literally in the world of Skyrim and just talking about this stuff. So yeah, now let's talk about you guys, you folks at home. So here's a few fun facts for you.
You got butts.
You can watch this screen down here, like it's normal on this screen if you wanna. Yeah, this just for real became a podcast episode now. Yeah, you folks, here's some stats for you. We are about to hit 400 subscribers on YouTube. That is thanks to you guys, 100%. We didn't pay for those. All of you are real, probably.
Real human people.
Well, you at least have like social security numbers and things, you know.
Probably.
Maybe.
But yeah, and on Twitch, we have a dedicated community on Twitch. There's some of you that show up every single week. And we see you guys, and we know you, and we love you. Thank you so much for all that. Facebook, we've abandoned Facebook.
You're dead to us, Facebook.
Yeah, screw you, Facebook. If you're still on Facebook,
Get on YouTube and Twitch. Get off Facebook.
yeah, the only thing we post on YouTube now is like announcements, pretty much,
He means Facebook.
and the shorts. Yes, Facebook.
What is going on? Yeah, it's too much to keep up with.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, we do the shorts. The shorts go to everything. Anyway, I'm confusing myself. Yeah.
Social media. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, gosh, this channel would be great if it weren't for the social aspect. Can we just play video games and not record it? I'm kidding.
Well, yes, we can.
All right. No, we're glad you guys are along for the ride. Is the point I'm trying to make at the end of all this? Thank you so much. The reason we're adding on to this and doing more than just sitting in a room playing video games by ourselves is because of you guys. So I wanted to thank you all so much for your views, any donations any of you have made, every time you comment on YouTube, every time you chat on Twitch. Thank you all so much. We do it for you guys, but mostly ourselves. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next 5 years. 10 years. Hell, you know what? I'm gonna say it. We'll see you around for the next 60 years of Riff Arcade.
There we go.
Bye, everybody. Go, stay time and everything.
Hopefully they survive.
Ooh,
Yeah, I don't want to start the
these
episode.
These
Oh,
little
load it
bits
in.
here.
Load it
yeah.
in.
Give it a minute.
Come on, artifacts.
Come on. Just
Oh, I hope
it's like that's the difference between PS1 and PS4. You know, like you're seeing them side by side. Like,
oh my gosh.
Swimming through.
He's like, I think they put too much concrete through here.
It's a tough life, but this is a good life.
Too much concrete.
A true Nord.
True Nord doesn't care. Dance like a true man.
Oh, I hope it's prioritizing the recording over the game. My
hope so.
goodness.
I hope it is.
God, Skyrim's such a good game.
Look
at this. Look at this. There we go.
Oh, no, we're not.
Nope.
Still. It just needs to, like, finally. It just needs to, like, reduce down, you know? We just let the concrete reduce down, the cobblestones, you know, just reduce down a little bit.
You
there.
were so over it, too. Ugh,
He's like, I swear to God.
I hate this place.
Happy 5th anniversary, guys.
Happy 5th anniversary.